great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 499. 499 of the Immigration Answer Show. You know what that means? Tomorrow will be our 5-hour extravaganza. Robert, what time do you want to come on tomorrow? I know we've been emailing back and forth. I can just slot you in. What time you want to come on, Robert? Just let me know. Also, I never heard from Vadim or Temitepe about when he wants to come on tomorrow. So I might just slot you guys in. I didn't really fill the whole thing. We got lots of open slots. So we'll have Laura's coming on. Hope is here. Masood is here. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Hopefully I am now officially hardwired into the internet. So at least when I'm here at the office, I'm hoping that we're not getting our little swirly queue. Robert wants 10 a.m. Pacific, so that's 12 p.m. I think we might have someone then. But we will see. Vadim is here. Uganda is in the house. What's up, Shafiq? How's everybody doing? All right, so looks like somebody found Shabazz and wants us to invite him to the Immigrant Home Facebook group. I don't know that we can, but Alejandro's coming on. Okay, good. We got plenty open slots tomorrow. So we're going to try to raise $500 for the Missouri, what is the migrant, what do they call it? MICA project. The Migrant and Immigrant Community Action Project, the MICA project. These are Jessica and Nicole are going to join us to talk about the important work that they do, helping people that are facing deportation. We're going to try to raise a little bit of money for them. Tomorrow we'll have a link. So hopefully we can do some damage and help some people. What do you guys want to talk about today? It's hard to believe that we're just one episode away from our 5-hour show. I got my massage gun. I'm going to have snacks. I'm going to have guests. I will be up for the full 5 hours. I might have to put Temitepe up in charge of the breaks. He did a great job the other day running our breaks. That was fun. Vadim wants Shabazz to belly dance. That would break the internet, I think. That would literally break the internet. Lizzie's here. Boy, everybody's here. A lot of our favorites. Now, I haven't heard back from Fatuma. Hopefully she'll show up. She came on the other day, though. It was good to see her. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know if you guys are following the news, but Republicans have been holding up funding for Ukraine, funding for Israel, and they are attaching it to tougher border controls, doing away with a lot of protections for asylum seekers, and just generally making it harder on immigrants. So it's a sad day. I think this thing's going to pass, and I think Biden's going to sign it. So a lot of the pro-asylum seeking activities that have been going on, I think, are going to come to an end. So stay tuned. Pay attention. Boy, everybody's excited about tomorrow. Well, I hope that I didn't oversell it for tomorrow. Hopefully everyone will find it helpful and fun. Temitepe's got a great hat on, so I got to go to him with his hat. Hi, buddy.
Hello, how you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Good.
You must live somewhere cold.
Yeah, I live in Maryland, so I'm just step outside to
so what's up?
Everything is good, and you?
I'm great.
And, thank you for everything, and everybody's hope to see tomorrow.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
Prepare for tomorrow. I know it's going to be a great day, and God is going to help us.
It's gonna be a big day.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything for me?
Yeah, one question. I don't know. Maybe I get it right because I get a friend that told me something and I don't believe. And he said in America, there's a, I think in, is it Los Angeles or something like that. I'm going to listen quick. He said, if a woman have a child and it's possible for him to get what I call it, for him to get a oh, for him to get if somebody have a baby, in America it's not like in London. In London, when you have a child, through the child you can get green card. But he said there's a one state in the United States that if somebody have a child, they can get a green card. And I
No,
said,
that's wrong for lots of reasons. One is immigration's federal, right? So the same rules apply across all 50 states. So
okay.
that's just wrong. And so it's not until the kid turns 21 that they can sponsor their parents. So just for years I've heard about the magical immigration laws in California. Everybody loves to talk about the magical. There's this amazing immigration lawyer who can get you citizenship the day after you arrived. So there's all kinds of bad information. So that's just bad information.
So I know that one. The second one, I think I forget the state also too. I think there's a one state in America that if you live with a woman not married, but after some year, they count them as a marriage.
It can be a marriage, but not for immigration purposes. There's a
Oh,
thing called common law marriage, but USCIS doesn't recognize common law
oh,
marriages.
I trust you.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, my
All right.
boss.
See you tomorrow.
And you too, yeah.
All right. Bye, bud. All right. Mohammed's here. Hello, Mohammed. Hey, just so you know, I did record a video on all the crazy names and numbers and letters of immigration stuff. So that should be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Oh, thank you so much. How
Sure,
are you?
buddy. I'm great.
Let me. I actually forgot to mention. Some other another topic for you, and this one actually for me it also makes me chuckle because it's kind of as if USCIS goes. We know that our names and numbers are confusing, but why don't we make it worse? And let me tell you this and see if you can agree with me on this.
Okay.
The spouses of F1 visa holders are F2 visa holders.
True.
However, on the immigrant visa side, you have the F2A category and the F2B category.
That's right.
It's almost as if Jim, they know that they're messing with people and they just decide to stick it to everyone.
As Laura said, the cruelty is the point in big ways and small ways. Yeah, I think they're fine with it. I mean, clearly no one's ever sat down and said, let's organize all these form names, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
I just wanted to kind of mention that to you. If you could also mention that in a video sometime. I believe that also would help our community.
All right, buddy. Anything else?
No, just that, and best of luck on the 500 show tomorrow. I will definitely be watching.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, buddy.
All right, take good care.
You too. All right, glad Princess Lizzie's feeling better. Let's say hi to Tina. Hi, Tina. Tina, I can't hear you. Are you there? Hello, Tina. All right. Not sure where Tina is. We'll maybe try to come back. Let's go to Neck. Hello, Neck.
Hey, Jim, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. I want to thank you for the legal advice you have been telling us. Sometimes you give us the hard truth, we get upset, but you always give us legal advice. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
And here's my observation, sir. In July of this year, July or June, I told you about my situation. I had two paperwork. One was saying the date for the ceremony, and one was saying cancellation. And you told me to go. Don't go for the cancellation. Just go for the that date. I went and I became a citizen, sir. So thank you because you gave me my advice.
What did they say? What did they say when you got there?
When I got there, I never showed them the one that was saying cancel. I showed them that was saying on that particular day. And the lady said, okay, sir, we're gonna take your name. And then it was kind of crazy. She took my name and said, sir, we're gonna because mine came up with a name change. So they went ahead and allow me to become a citizen. And then after 2 hours, I was told to go to a Baltimore office to pick up my certificate.
They had to redo it.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad. So that you
Yeah.
can you
Thank-
really shouldn't thank me for that one. That one we should thank my wife, because she has convinced me that if you get that notice and they of any kind of notice, if you get a notice for an interview and it's been canceled, unless you're 100% sure that they don't want you to come, then show up, because you never know, something good might happen. They canceled an interview for her for a green card in Atlanta. They said there was going to be a snowstorm. Yes. There was no snowstorm, and she showed up and she got her clients the green card. So I'm really glad that worked out for you. Congratulations.
Yes, because I was so like heartbroken. I'm saying, man, they have canceled it because it took like at first I was supposed to have one in February. It was canceled, okay, and then another letter came up in June that June somewhere in June, and then within a week another mail says, oh, cancellation of the June. So you said, Nick, don't cancel, just show up at the ceremony. I showed up and it went well.
Awesome. I'm going to make a TikTok about this tomorrow. I'm happy for you, Nick.
Thank you so much for advice, sir. Thank you.
Hey, buddy. Congrats.
You too.
All right. Let's say hi to Jess. Jess is here. Hello, Jess.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. Very well. Thank you. Greetings from North Dakota. I'm the mysterious North Dakota new follower.
Chilly. Is it cold? How cold is it?
It's awesome. It's a balmy 40 degrees. So
I
don't need a jacket.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so well, thank you for taking a little bit of time, and I have a couple of questions about Asylum.
Okay.
I know that it's not DIY based on some of the examples that I've seen out there, but we're pretty limited with funds and stuff. So just some really generic questions I guess I have is real quick background. Our friend, he came over on Nicaraguan humanitarian parole in March of this year.
From
and
where?
So we know he's got 1 year.
Where is he from?
Nicaragua, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came on the humanitarian parole program. He's coming up on a year for that deadline in March of next year. So, my first question is, like, I know he's got a fear of going back, but I know it's another thing to prove that to, asylum people. Would a rejected asylum affect his humanitarian parole status at all?
Well, humanitarian parole doesn't give him any path to anything. It
Correct.
That's just humanitarian parole. Just means they let him into the country. That's all.
Right, for 2 years. Yeah.
Right. So he needs to file the asylum case.
Yes.
Really, the only time you get in trouble with asylum on a denial is if the judge or USCIS thinks that the application was frivolous or fraudulent. So that it was really, really thin, or that it was fake.
Okay. Got it. I guess second question is, when writing out the statement, is that like a separate whole document in of itself, or is that meant to be expanded upon as a supplement in Part B when it talks about describing?
We do it as a separate document.
Okay, got it. And based on Google, it doesn't look like there's necessarily a standard format for those letters. You just spell everything out detailed.
So what we tell clients that we do, so like we interview the client, we ask them their whole story, and remember, it's always focusing on you can assume that the people deciding whether or not your friend gets asylum, you can assume they know everything about Nicaragua.
Perfect.
So you can probably do 1 or 2 paragraphs about generally things in Nicaragua. Then you want to get real specific real quickly about why he fears going back home. So focus on things that have happened to him in the past. Focus on what would happen if he got sent back tomorrow. All those kinds of things. And so that's what you want to focus on. And you want to be as detailed as possible. And then like if you can find some country conditions reports from like Amnesty International or the State Department that sort of match what's going on with his statement, then that's helpful.
I did go ahead and everything. So last question is, has there been any use of getting like testimonies from people that see, and that's where I'm like, if they didn't see anything happen to him, I feel like it wouldn't be useful. And the third party, like Amnesty International, Department of State reports already do the country conditions. So is there any use of approaching friends or neighbors or relatives of his that, like, yeah, we gone through this, and that's where I feel like no, but I just need somebody to tell me.
Are you talking about people who have specific knowledge about his case, or that have specific knowledge of the kinds of things he's complaining about?
Both, I guess.
Well, of course, you'd want any of those statements to be under oath, and you'd want them to be as detailed as possible. And then, of course, every piece of evidence in trial and immigration court, you know, on a scale of 0 to 100, judges give different things different weights. So firsthand knowledge that somebody observed and they can test that this is what happens, that's one thing. If you say, oh, I heard about this guy who lives down the street and these bad things might have happened to him, then it has a lot less weight.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I feel a little bit more armed, and
Good luck, Jess.
he's got a case, but I mean, I know he's got a fear, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay, bye. All right. I think Robert's here. Let's see. Robert, are you here?
I am here. I think you were referring to a different Robert from yesterday, because at the beginning you said there was a Robert.
Oh, that might have been a Robert just in the waiting room, and they might have left. It's all good. What's up?
Not too bad. Just something I wanted to discuss. So, I'm originally from the UK, and I'm here as an F1 student. I've been here since August of 2021. I got engaged to a citizen in May of 2023, and I just got married exactly a week ago.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm a bit nervous because I don't really understand the whole process, and I don't think this would affect me, but I just thought I would ask.
Okay.
So, as you know, one of the requirements of having an F1 is to maintain a residence abroad that you don't intend to give up. I'm also 19 years old, so I don't own any property. I lived with my parents back in the UK. So about a month after I told my family I was engaged, which was in May of this year, my father and mother, who were both living in the UK, they applied for and got citizenship and a passport in St. Kitts, which is a country in the Caribbean, through some investment program. I also ended up getting the passport and citizenship as well because they listed me as a derivative. And as such, they decided that they wanted to retire and live in St. Kitts, and they sold their house. Well, they're planning to sell the house in the UK. And I was just wondering that if they did sell the house, could this pose a problem with my marriage application? Because I don't have a residence in the UK, and I won't have a residence in the UK soon.
So let's put that to the side for just a minute, and let me sort of understand what your plan is. So what, putting that to the side, were you planning on applying soon and this was like holding you back, or were you going to apply in 2 years, or what were you thinking?
Like apply for for the marriage green card, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was honestly, me deciding to live here didn't really come up until after I got engaged, and then we kind of realized, like, oh yeah, like I don't know much about immigration, so but in
Okay.
terms of applying for it, we were deciding to do it within a couple months, and then I kind of we looked up how to like start the whole process, and then we looked over the forms, and then this stuff kind of hit me, and
So
that's why
you
I'm
don't
asking.
need to worry about this at all. That's not going to affect anything. So here's what's going to happen. If you decide and your spouse decides to move ahead, then your spouse will file an I-130 petition, and
Mhm.
that'll all go towards whether or not this is a valid marriage, whether it was done for purposes of immigration or because you're in love. And then
Mhm.
you'll file an I-130A, which is background information about you, and you'll list
Mhm.
the last address you had abroad. The fact that your parents sell that house or move, that'll never come up. Then
Okay.
you'll apply for the I-45, which is the application for you to adjust your status from F1 to lawful permanent resident. And
Mhm.
it'll have a bunch of questions about your history and your addresses and all that stuff. And again, your
Yeah.
parents' whereabouts won't come up. The whole immigrant intent thing and whether or not you have residency and intend to return back home, that would only come into play if you were going overseas to get another visa. But you're never going to go and get another visa. You're just going to get your green card. So
Mhm.
you'll also apply for a work card and a travel card. So an I-765 and an I-131. Your wife will
Mhm.
need an affidavit of support and tax returns for the last 3 years, and then you'll have to do the medical exam. So this issue that you're worried about will never come up.
Okay. It was just that was something that I was told by my DSO when I applied to the school. She informed me that I needed to have a residence and just don't give it up.
That's always
And
true. That's always, yeah. So that was when you were applying for the non-immigrant visa. But when you're talking about adjustment, that you're sort of past all that. You've already been admitted into the United States, so you don't need to worry about that.
okay. And as well, I looked up on the work permit application. They do ask for your nationalities that you do have. So I can put the UK and as well as St. Kitts. But I was just wondering, I do need to go in order to officially become a St. Kitts citizen. I have to go there to do an oath, even though I do have the passport. So I was just wondering, do I have to place that as well?
No, because you're not a citizen yet.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much. That was just, I'm just really nervous. I don't really understand how this whole process works.
Well, if you guys want our help, let me know.
We will let you know. Thank you so much.
Bye, Robert. See you, buddy. Tyrone's got some bad news. I called USCIS today, and they told me I have to wait until 2025 before they process my case. That would be 3 years waiting for an interview for a marriage-based green card. So that means that Tyrone filed in 2022. Tyrone, I would say if you get into 2024, you should sue them. That sounds like BS to me. All right. As Nurse Laura says, I hate that for you, Tyrone. Yeah, that's some BS. All right, let's go to dreaded 5535. What's up, 5535?
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Some background here. So I am a Canadian citizen. Recently had completed my interview at the dreaded Montreal consulate. Everything seemed to be going great up until the very end. They pretty much, were like, hey, unfortunately, we can't give you the approval today. You need to fill out some more information. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts and kind of, are we in limbo? Everything that I've been reading online is pretty much indicating that we're not going to hear anything anytime soon. And what would be the best approach moving forward, or do we just have to wait it out?
Anything complicated about your case? Anything that worries you generally?
Not necessarily. I was born outside of Canada, part of one of the countries that's listed as part of the DS 5535. But other than that, I mean, that's the only thing that really pops up.
So that's interesting that you say that, because I don't know if you know this. I became Muslim 26 years ago. Most of my clients are from Muslim countries. I was going to ask if you were from a Muslim country or an Arabic country, because in my experience, that's who usually gets the 5535.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so there you go. So God, fucking racist. Okay. So yeah, the DS 5535 is just a delay tactic. How old were you when you became a Canadian citizen? Or were you always?
In 2004.
Okay.
So almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah. And how did the interview go otherwise? Okay.
Yeah, everything was clear cut. Like, it's a basic case. No criminal background, nothing like that.
How did you meet your spouse? How did you guys know each other?
One of my best friends, his wife is related to my current wife, so I met her through my best friend.
Have you been to the United States before?
Yeah, multiple times. Ever
had any problems?
Never.
Okay. When did USCIS approve the I-130?
They approved it, I want to say so April of 2024 is our priority date. And then
April of 20, what is your priority date?
2022.
2022. Okay. So when did it get approved?
It was about 8 months after that.
So State Department's had your case for about a year.
Yeah.
And what was the date of your interview?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay. So I would give them 90 days. And if they don't resolve it in 90 days, then I'd sue them.
Okay. I've been hearing a lot of information about, or not hearing, but just reading that, like, anything that people have going ahead and sued, they're getting kind of countersued or kind of put in,
They're getting motions to dismiss, yes. I think is what you mean, that the government's
Correct.
Fighting on those. We have been seeing that, and we have seen it from Montreal, but we've also had ones get approved after a lawsuit. And so what I would say is typically where the motions to dismiss are being filed is when there's been no interview.
Gotcha.
Now,
okay.
truth be told, you've only been waiting with the State Department for a year. I think obviously you've been waiting a lot longer, but so that's why I'd give them another 3 or 6 months. We can do it whenever. We could do it tomorrow, but I think 3 months in order to see if they're going to actually do something or if this is just a trick. I mean, I honestly think the DS-5535 is just a delay tactic that they cooked up for a way to like slow down immigration, but not really act like they are.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll definitely be in touch. We'll wait for the next 90 days and see where we go.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
See you, bud. Bye. All right. Looks like Tina's back. Hello, Tina.
Hello, Jim. How
Tina,
are you?
Can you hear me? I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Jim, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm very sorry for my network. I work on a cruise ship, so I'm at sea.
Oh, I don't know if we've ever had a call from a cruise ship before. Go ahead, Tina. Let's see. There's a lag, but we can give it a shot. Go ahead. I think we lost old Tina. Maybe Tina will have to call us when she gets to shore. Pablo's back. What's up, Pablo?
Hey, hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Much better today. I got my case approved.
Nice.
Adjustment of status from a F1 student. I don't know if you remember my case.
Mm-mm.
Well, long story short, I filed in February, and they hit me with two RFEs, one for the one I-130 and another one for the I-485.
So
And
for more marital evidence?
yeah, matter evidence.
The 45.
Yeah, and the I-485 is just evidence about my school enrollment, graduations, and stuff like that.
Okay.
The thing in my case was that somehow the RFE for the I-130 got lost in the mail, so I didn't get it until like 2 weeks ago. I called you and you told me like, hey, call the guys, maybe they can help you. I mean, call up USCIS, maybe they can help you, which I did, and thanks to that, I was able to submit the evidence, and I got my case approved yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I just had a quick question for you, and I wanted to let you know, and thank you for
I'm very happy for
your
you.
advice. And my question was that honestly, I lost hope to go to the Dominican Republic and visit my family.
Mm-hmm.
They had a family activity coming up, so I don't know if I'm gonna get the green card by then. So I just wanted to ask you if there is anything that I could do to get, I don't know, some evidence.
When is it?
So it's coming up. It's like in 4 days.
For Christmas?
Well, before Christmas. It's
And
before Christmas.
Do you have advance parole or no?
No, they didn't approve the advance parole.
Yeah.
So
what does it say online? Does it say card is being produced?
I called them and they told me that the card is being produced, and I got the approval notice for the I-485 today. But based on my conversation with them, they approved the case yesterday, and the card is being produced.
When you get online, what does it say?
Right now, that my case was approved.
Yeah. So my understanding is that the card isn't being produced until it actually says card is being produced. And usually then you're talking about a week, maybe a day or two. So I don't think you're going to get it in time. And I don't think you can leave until you get it.
So, yeah. So I was reading about the ADIT stamp. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. But
so,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know if they'll agree to let you come in and try to get a stamp. It's certainly worth a shot. You know, if you have the approval, what field office is closest to your house?
Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. So, I mean, that's probably not a very, very busy.
It is not.
Office. Yeah. So you might just go in. Here's what I would do.
Okay.
Do you know how to make cookies?
My wife does.
So I would ask your wife to make 2 batches of cookies. And I would bring one for security and one for USCIS. Now, actually, now that I think about it, you might want to buy them because they might be worried about eating stuff that people bring them.
Okay.
But you might bring them a cake or something and and say, hey, I need to go up to immigration. I just need to ask them a quick question and see what they say. And I mean, there's no downside to asking, right?
Okay, so you think if I go like that and bring my
With your
approval
approval notice.
notice,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna print it because it is in my online account.
And then proof of whatever it is you need to go for.
Okay.
Whatever it is that you, I mean, did you already have a ticket or you didn't already have a ticket?
I do have a ticket.
Oh.
I mean, I can change it, but
Yeah. Okay, so I would bring a printout of the ticket, a printout of that, two boxes of cookies, something good, like go to Costco or something. The cookies that people that really like, and then see what happens, and then let us know what happens.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll try that.
All right,
that sounds great.
Thanks, Pablo.
Thank you, Jim.
My wife said she looked it up. You can give officers something of value of less than I think $20. So I think you're good.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll see if that works. That would be something, and that'd be a great story for the 500th tomorrow if that does work. Let's see. Let's see if people at the Wichita field office feel like saying "bah humbug" or trying to help them out. All right. So we're halfway done, and we're at 199 viewers. Oh, I meant to ask Pablo to leave us a 5-star review on Google because that's a good story. If he comes back, remind me, guys, tomorrow to ask him. Oh, now everybody's talking about what. No cash, Tony. No cash in the cookies. Just cookies. No cash. Now everybody's talking about what kind of cookies that they like. My favorite cookie are chocolate chip, and also, those little, I don't know what you call them, Buckeyes that they make with like peanut butter with chocolate around them. So that's good. But let's hear what kind of cookies you guys like, or if you were going to bring. And Anila says bring donuts. That's not a bad idea either. Let's see what Jose has to say. Hello, Jose.
Hey, Jose. Oh, Jim Hecken. I've been watching
I'll be
you for
Jose. You be Jim.
Right. Uncle Theo.
Yeah.
Hey. So I wanted to pick your brain a little bit here. I have someone I know who did a voluntary departure, came back. My thoughts were that because he came back, it turned into a deportation order.
Yeah.
And because he's been here more than 1 year before he left, it would be a permanent bar that he'd have to wait outside the country.
Sounds
so
right.
There's no other scenario that would work other than the VZU.
Other than,
I mean, I know it's not some like
U
the
visa?
the
Is that
only
what you said?
Yeah, the VZU, yeah.
Or asylum.
Okay. Then I have somebody else too that had a very complicated immigration history. Had a tourist visa, overstayed and got deported, came back, and recently just got a situation where somebody assaulted him with a knife, and his daughter was a witness. There were some cameras from the neighbors that saw what happened. And we were thinking that might qualify this individual for a VZU.
Is anybody being prosecuted?
So currently, there is a police report out. Or I guess it just recently happened, but nothing. We haven't seen the actual police report yet. We just have a case number.
Where did the crime supposedly occur?
In Seattle or Tequila.
Okay, so I think there's a lot of hurdles that have to be. I mean, one, the person has a bar because they got deported and then they snuck back in. That's what you said, right?
Correct.
And then
Yep.
The crime, if no one's prosecuted, or if the prosecutor or law enforcement won't issue that letter in support of his application, then I think I would say maybe there's something there. We don't know. We just don't know yet, because if they don't catch anybody, then I don't think he can participate in the prosecution, and then there's no case. And the third thing is a lot of sheriffs and prosecutors, they just don't want to get involved.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is maybe, but probably not.
Okay. Just wanted to. Okay.
Thanks, Jose. See you, buddy. Yep.
All right.
All right. Hinekin's here and says, hi, happy former and current client of HIL. Well, thanks for saying hello. Verse says, is there a line to get picked to talk to Jim? The waiting room is open. We only have 3 people in the waiting room. And I'm going to talk to smart and sexy Leo in just a minute. So once I do that, there'll only be 2 people in the waiting room. So now is a good time. Tomorrow might not be so easy to talk to me. And I guess I should think, I hope I don't have to talk by myself for 5 hours tomorrow. I guess we'll have enough people for 500. And of course, today is Thursday. So that's when people usually don't like to be on camera. But so far, we've had some good people on camera. Let's see what Smart and Sexy has to say. What's up, Leo? You're on mute.
Hi, Jim. How are
Hello.
you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I heard your advice for the other guy. I was wondering if I can do the same thing and go to my local office and see what's going on with at least my EAD card. That's been it's been 6 months and nothing is happening.
No, that's a different thing. You can't just go down there and ask them about that. You used to be able to, but Donald Trump did away with it, and Joe Biden hasn't brought it back, called InfoPass. You used to be able to go down and ask about your case, but just on a delayed EAD, his thing's different. His thing's different because he's been approved and he just hasn't gotten his card. And if they want to do him a little favor, they can. But just waiting on a delayed EAD, if they opened up the doors for that, there'd be a line down the street.
Yeah, I bet. So what's the waiting so far? What's the wait?
Well,
What's the
let's back up.
timeline?
Let's back up. So were you in status at the time that you filed or out of status at the time that you filed?
Out of status.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm becoming convinced based on asking that question to people who have long delayed EADs. The more and more I ask that question, the more often it seems that people who were out of status when they filed, the government takes longer to approve their EADs. I believe that's true. I don't know for sure, but I mean, literally, I've asked that question to say the last 20 people, and if they were out of status, it seems like their EADs are always taking longer.
How much longer do you know?
When did you get fingerprinted?
Back in July.
July. So that's 7. This is 4. 11. This is 12. So 5 months. I would say probably another month or 2.
Another month. Okay.
And one of the reasons that EAD might be longer just might be a real simple piece of the fact that they might not have your biometrics, right? So if you come on a visit visa, you haven't been fingerprinted before, but if you've had EADs through school or other stuff before, then they have your fingerprints. And so that in and of itself might be one reason why it takes a little longer.
Okay. They did send me an RFE with under the 485.
Okay, so that adds to things. Why did they ask for an RFE on your 485?
They wanted to know how I entered the US. They wanted a copy of my I-94, which was sent to them.
Why didn't you submit it in the first place?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the whether you can adjust status. One of the most important things is whether you can prove that you had a valid entry. So that's like really important.
Right.
So how much time between when they mailed it and when you got it back to them?
Oh, I got it back within a week.
Yeah. So
I expressed it.
So the fact that they sent you an RFE and that you then replied quickly, that's good, but it also sends it off on a different track and slows it down even more. So
yeah,
I'm surprised that 5 months is that you haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
But it should be soon.
Hopefully.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
See ya. All right, let's see what Yellow has to say. Hello, Yellow.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
All right, I'm doing great. I filed all my papers on November the 22nd. I get everything approved except for the affidavit of support like 2 weeks ago. So the thing is, my wife, she makes, she's the one who sponsored me. So she makes over, say $60,000 for the year, right? So I get a RFE based on the affidavit of support because the thing is, I realized on her tax transcript, he filed taxes for her child and her house, so her total income on the transcript is a little bit over $28,000. So what are my options? Because I have my biometric coming up Monday.
Okay, I thought you said everything got approved in November, except for the.
Yeah, so for the I-864, they
You,
sent an RFE for that paper.
you mean everything got
Hello?
Sorry, my mic turned off. I don't know why. Every now and then my mic turns off.
I can hear you now, Jim.
Okay, so let's back up.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
When did you come to the United States?
I'm here now like over 5 years.
Okay, and so you entered on a visit visa?
Yeah, I entered on a J1 visa.
A J1 for work and travel, or for what?
Yeah, it was work and travel.
So you were not subject to Rule 212E?
He said on it. I think it said on it like I'm subjected to it. I don't directly remember. I would have to go back and look.
Well, that's the $1 million question, Yellow.
Okay.
Because you can't get a green card if you're subject to that without getting a waiver.
Oh.
So putting that to the side. So go check that and let me know tomorrow or Monday, okay, about that?
Yeah. So based on the RFE that they sent, Jim.
Wait, hold on. I want to keep going. So you've been here for 5 years. So you were out of status at the time that you applied.
Yeah.
And so when did you guys file the I-130 and the 45 and everything?
November the 22nd, we filed everything.
Oh, so you mean they receipted everything, not that they approved everything?
Yeah, they received everything, yeah.
Okay, so you have the receipt for the I-130, receipt for the 45. Did you file for a work card and a travel document?
Yes, we did. And I have the receipt for those as well.
Great. And so then you got an RFE, and you said that your last year, your wife's tax transcript said 28,000, but there's a kid on there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get an RFE for the affidavit of support. They said based on what I submit, they're not sure if she's qualified to sponsor me.
She's not. You need a co-sponsor.
Oh.
28,000 with a kid. That's definitely not enough.
Yeah, and even though she make over say $60,000 a year, it doesn't make any difference, right?
3 years, brother. 3 years.
Okay. Wow.
And that's why they sent you the RFE.
All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, is there a way I could contact you directly, Jim?
Yeah, just email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Just say I'm Yellow. I was on the show and I need help with my RFE.
All right, Jim. I'll email you, Jim, directly. All right.
Bye, buddy.
All right, Jim. Appreciate
it. You got it. All right. Oh, wow. So tomorrow is going to be the 500th episode of the Immigration Answers Show. I'm so glad that Maho and Kent told me to start counting episodes because I wasn't counting episodes. I had no idea how many episodes we have. So I'm glad we started counting. And also, we did 29 shows in November. So we really jumped. So I guess next year we'll probably hit, I don't know, 600 for sure. And then maybe, inshallah, then maybe 700 next year. That would be fun. I'm not going to do a big 6-hour show. This is just because it's 500. So when we get to 1,000, then we'll do an all-day show, a 10-hour show. 10 hours, Hooli. That's what I'm saying. 10 hours. That'll be about the time I retire, I think. I think that'll be about the time I retire. Although I'll tell you, I love doing this show. I miss not doing it every day. I really enjoy doing it. I don't know why I like it so much. I don't know why you guys like it so much, but I like talking to all of you. I like answering questions. You guys were all mad yesterday because I didn't get mad at that lady from Japan who wasn't following the rules, who was doing whatever the hell she wanted. But man, she was stubborn. And she just was like, this is what we did. This is what we did. Well, that's all wrong, lady. That's all wrong. Oh, yeah, 30 shows during Ramadan. Yeah, we'll do that again, inshallah, this year. So I do have to travel a little bit in April. We're going to be in San Diego for Eid. How about that? San Diego for Eid. That'll be fun. And then we'll be back in San Diego, inshallah, in May, because my son Ismail, the goat, the OG son, will be graduating. Okay, Verse keeps asking why I'm not calling on Verse. Verse, there's no one in the waiting room named Verse. So if you tell me if you're Shamsen, I can call on. Oh, I bet that's Shamsen. I'm going to call on Shamsen in just a minute. So yeah, so we're going to be in San Diego in April and then May. And I think my mom and sisters, everybody's going to come out to see number one son, Ismail Regab Hacking the First, graduate. And guess what? He was just on a podcast the other day, and I saw a clip of him on Instagram. Maybe I can share that. I think I can. I'll put it in the comments. But in the meantime, Verse has been waiting. I think, is this Verse? Verse, is that you?
Yes, this is me.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes. So first of all, I wanted to tell you thank you for offering pro bono immigration advice.
Sure.
So I have a question. I am on an F1 visa and I graduate next year, November. But I'm very confused about like finding a position that is suitable for an H1B.
Okay.
Because I currently so I have a master's in business administration with a concentration in data analytics, and then I have a second master's in business analytics. But whenever I try to apply for job postings for jobs that suit the H1B criteria, like they never specify like degree in business analytics. It's always like a range of like data science or statistics. So I don't even know if the business analytics degree qualifies for an H1B. Like it's very confusing. So that's why I'm here. Like I don't know like how I can tell a job posting qualifies for like a business analytics degree graduate.
All right, so I got you. Okay, so so you're going to get 1 year of OPT or 3 years of OPT? Just one.
3 years. So I heard I just get 1 year. That's if I get a job in an E-Verify company or something like that. Then 2 years.
You've checked the list of degrees, and yours is a STEM field for purposes of the 3 years on OPT.
Yes. The CIP code is a STEM CIP code according to DHS.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Go to this website. It's called myvisajobs.com. www.myvisajobs.com. Now, there's a free version and a paid version. I paid $80 for the paid version, 15 years ago. I don't know if it's still the same. Yeah, Lizzie says data analytics is part of statistics. When we're done, remind me guys to talk about statistics. Okay. Anyway, myvisajobs.com, and you can run searches for all the employers around the country who have sponsored people for H-1Bs. And you can put in degree type and job type, and you can put in like, I want to live in North Dakota, or I want to live in New York, or I want to live in Florida, or can I, and then you can see all the companies that have filed H-1Bs by year. You can go year by year, and you can go back 3 years and find out all those employers. And that's where you start, because people who've been through the H-1B process, they're going to be your best bet when it comes to that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I understand. I've also I've checked multiple sites to like I think H1B grade, H1B salary. But my confusion was that when I read the USCIS website, I saw that like it has to be like a specialty degree, like 1 degree. Let's say a chemical engineer has to have like a chemical engineering degree. So that's what I thought. I don't know if that's true, because the jobs I'm seeing, like the employers have like a wide range of acceptable degrees. Like it's never business analytics on its own. So I don't know if that qualifies as a specialty degree. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to.
Well, I do. I mean, generally, like MBAs are always problematic for an H-1B because they're not specific enough. But the question you're going to have to ask yourself, and the employer's going to have to ask themselves if they think they can get the H-1B approved, is whether or not they've hired or other people hire people for that position with a different degree. That's the big thing.
Okay.
So like sometimes, I'll give you an example. Sometimes there'll be these guys who are really, really good computer programmers, but their degree is in electrical engineering. And USCIS doesn't know what to do with that, because they are trying to figure out how can someone with an electrical engineering degree, how can that be a specialty occupation if they're letting everybody do that job? So I think your question is a good one. I think the fundamental flaw is that it's a MBA with a emphasis on statistics versus a straight statistics or data analytics kind of a job. Does that make sense? Or
Yeah.
degree?
Yeah, I have 2 degrees. I have MBA with data analytics concentration, and then I have an MS with business analytics concentration.
Okay. So I think that your best bet is to try to find employers that only hire for that position. But I mean, you're so far from that. I mean, right now you're just looking for OPT. I think that's. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I know you don't want to go to OPT to a place that won't ever sponsor you for an H-1B. I get that, but at the same time, you also need to find the next right thing, and the next right thing is finding a job.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is don't start with a wide net.
Okay.
Narrow down later. Don't start with a narrow net and then look for the few people in there. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Also, can we ask 2 questions or just one question we get to ask?
Just one, and then you go down
Okay.
the chute. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, I also wanted to ask, can someone change their name on an I-94? Like I came on my F1 visa, but I did a court ordered change of name through the consulates, through my country's consulates, and then I got my I-20 change. I got my new passport in my new name.
Why?
But
Why did you do that?
yes, because it was that's the actual name that I have now is what is on my birth certificate. Like it's very complicated, but I was able to sort it out. So all my documents have been changed. It's just my I-94. That's the entry document that is different. So
What about your visa?
my visa is in the old name, but it's expired. But I'm still in status. So
Okay. Well, you'll just probably have to explain it later.
okay.
I would have told you not to do that, but that's okay. I'm not in charge of the world. Thanks for the call.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right. So funny that we're talking about data and statistics because I'm doing a deep dive on USCIS statistics. A deep dive. This is all for my project for next year. We're going to start talking about statistics and processing times. I'm trying to get my mind around the data that they release, but it's not great. There's not a lot that they release. There were reports. You used to be able to look at each field office and you could see how many I-130s came into that office and how many I-130s went out, right? And so they don't publish that shit anymore. That stopped under Trump, and they don't like to be held accountable. So why would they produce that, right? So I'm going to start doing some more digging. I think I used to save those reports, but I don't know where they are. Yeah, Mohsen, we saw that you found Shabaz's Facebook profile. I know, but I don't know how to add him to the group without him asking to be added to the group. I saw that though. That was funny. So if anybody can find those old stats that showed like Seattle field office, this number of I-130s in, this number of I-130s out, they used to do that, but I haven't seen it for a while, which sort of bothers me. Raphael, send it to me if you can. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Anybody, there'll be a big hero on here if you can help me gather this data. I found a lot from Homeland Security. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Vibes. Those State Department Excel sheets. That I don't know if they still do that. I haven't been able to find it. I just started looking today though, so we'll give it time. And one time we had a guy come on the show and he was like crunching numbers and he had his own little app that he built for that. Let's see what Muhammad has to say. Hello, Muhammad.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Actually, I am from Syria and I have been here since 1 year and I have pending asylum.
Here in the United States?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hear that the interview need like more than 5 years for Syrian people.
It depends. It depends. I mean, sometimes they're doing them faster, but yeah, we have cases that have been waiting since 2015.
Yeah. Let me describe my case. Maybe it's strong so I can make word of mandamus.
Okay, buddy.
I lost 2 of my brothers in the war in Syria. They killed by the government and also my father. And we leave our homes from not Damascus, from Al Ghouta to Idlib. It's near to Turkey. And I have I didn't see my family since like 12 years or 10 years like this. My mothers and my brothers. Also, I cannot come back to my country. I think this is strong case. I lost off like 10 of my friends in the war also. Some of them, they didn't do anything, only we work together as a dental technician. I don't know what you advise me.
Well, I'm sorry about your brothers, and I'm sorry about your friends.
Yeah, so what we
So,
can do, this is the life.
oh, I know, but still, um, did you get any status in any other country before you came to the U.S.?
Yeah, of course.
No, like
Before I come to here, I was in Dubai for like 5 years.
right, but like, did you have the right to live there for the rest of your life?
No, actually, I lost my residency there since I come to here for visit, and then the manager there canceled my residency in Dubai. Actually,
Um, okay, so did someone file the asylum case for you, or did you file it by yourself?
no, with lawyer.
Okay, and so if you had stayed in Dubai, could you have lived there for the rest of your life?
You mean I can come back to Dubai?
No, like if you hadn't come to the United States, could you have lived in Dubai for the rest of your life?
It depends on my work and my life, but I think I cannot know because since you will be old in Dubai, they will say bye for you, and we need
Well,
another young people.
here's why I ask, because if you go into your asylum interview and you say, "Yeah, maybe I could have stayed in Dubai," they'll deny you if you were safely in another country and then you voluntarily chose to leave that country and came to the United States, that can be a reason to deny you for your green card or for your asylum.
Yeah, but you know they cancel my residency in Dubai, and they say uh, the boss in our work they say we didn't you in our work, you know.
But that's because you came to America, right?
No, because I have a good job there and my salary is high. That's why he canceled my work, you know.
Okay. Well, what's your question for me, Mohammed?
Can I make a word of mandamus to make interview quickly?
It's only a year old.
Sorry.
You filed for asylum last year?
Yeah, it's like 1 year only.
No, I think for
I think.
asylum you got to wait 3 or 4 years.
Wow, I have to wait 4 years.
3 or 4.
Mm, that's a lot.
Thanks, Mohammed.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck. Yep. Let's see what Nicole has to say. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Doing very well. First time I hear from you, hear about you yesterday. Thank
Oh,
you so much for doing this for
sure.
everyone that
Sure,
needs
sure.
it. I have a very, I don't know if it's simple, but I have some family that has came to the United States from Venezuela. They're not directly related, but still very close people. And they are going to be seeking asylum. So they have been going to the dates that they had to present themselves, and they most recently received a letter stating that they need to have like an official, I guess, court date for the beginning of next year. They haven't filed for asylum yet, but I'm assuming this is where they have to present their case to. How does that usually work?
When did they enter?
They entered about 4 months ago,
Okay.
4 to 6 months ago.
So it's hard for me to tell without looking at their documents and things, but yeah, they need to get a move on. It'd be good to file for asylum as soon as possible.
Got it. Okay. Now, in terms of, I guess, of the real question we were asking, because I had another friend who actually went to the date and I believe was denied, and they were automatically detained and were deported.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Um,
Did we switch cases now? We're talking about a different case?
yes, we did. I just wanted to give you that example. Is that usually the case that happens if they're denied, they just automatically get detained and deported? Is that how usually it works?
No, that's unusual. And was the person, did they have a crime or criminal stuff?
No,
Did they file for asylum within a year of arrival?
I don't believe so. I think that might have been the case where they went and they still hadn't filed. Um, but yeah, that was just an instance I wanted to
No, I
see
don't
if
think
like in,
that. If you're asking me, do my family members who've been here 4 months need to worry that they're going to get treated like that person? I don't think you have to. I don't think I wouldn't make that connection.
okay. Okay, great. And then the final question that I really had was in the case that somebody doesn't present themselves to this court date and just officially stops presenting themselves, I'm assuming that they would automatically be put as in the system as they need to be deported immediately. Um, if that were to happen and they were to meet the love of their life and get married, would that affect them in the future?
Are we talking about one person or a group of people?
One person, but I'm just using tense in terms of if it were to happen, but
Oh,
just one person.
so I would say that well, do they have a particular person in mind right now?
No.
Yeah. So we have lots of people that call on this show, Nicole. It happens like once a week or twice a week. They have had an asylum case pending for 3 or 4 years, never had an interview. Then they fall in love and get married. And then there's a process to get them their green card if it's a real marriage. So that can and does happen all the time, especially since asylum takes so long to get approved.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not file the asylum case in the hopes that I'm going to fall in love with somebody.
Got it. Okay.
So one of my big things that I talk about all the time is you got to do the next right thing.
Mm-hmm.
The next right thing. And the next right thing, it seems to me, if they've entered 4 months ago, is to get that asylum case moving.
Got it. I really appreciate it. I think those were like the main case questions that we had. And just we'll be there, I guess, the day of the,
Well,
not
how
sure
far
what that court date is.
is it in January?
It's in January. I don't have the paperwork in front of me because just don't live with them. But the paperwork just kind of says something in the verbiage of like decision for removal proceedings or something like that.
Well,
Um,
let's not send them in blind. Why don't you get a copy of the documents and email it to me, and then we can talk about it.
okay, that would be great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you got it. Okay. Emails info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Nicole.
much. I will
Have a good
send it
night.
over.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody, that'll do it. We have completed 499 episodes of the Immigration Answer Show. Tomorrow will be the big 5-hour show, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. From 11 until 4 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be live. I don't know what in the hell is going to happen. I don't know what in the hell we're going to talk about. We'll make it fun. I guess if I get desperate, I can start asking more people to come in, but I think all of our favorites are going to be here, and we'll make it fun. So the 5-hour show, not Mosen's trying to make it a 6-hour show, shows 5 hours, and it's from 11 to 4 Central tomorrow. All right. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.